Thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank both of you for being here. It's been an interesting hearing to listen to. I think there's a lot of misconceptions perpetuated by some of the media and the other side related to the SAFE Act. This was not so much a rollback of regulations, but an effort to maybe correct the course, regulatory assumptions that swung and missed on the realities of the market and what consumers want to drive. Look, I'm from South Carolina. I'm in a rural district. Billy Long was in the auction business and was a broker. I was in the auction business and a broker. He drove 35,000 miles. I drove about 65,000 miles chasing business. I drive a Chevy Duramax diesel truck now to this day because of it. In my district, according to Auto Alliance, almost 50% of my constituents own a vehicle. They either drive an SUV, a pickup truck, or a minivan. 99% of the vehicles in my district are gasoline or diesel. 0.02% are electric vehicles. This breakdown is emblematic of several of the Obama administration misconceptions that they base their aggressively high standards on. People in rural America do not want electric vehicles because they don't fit their lifestyle, their pocketbook, their needs, and they don't have the charging availability. People in rural America don't want small vehicles. Many of the jobs that my constituents have, they require pickup trucks or bigger vehicles. The median household income in my district is just over $47,000, but the price of a new vehicle continues to increase. And they're now above $37,000. Go price a new pickup truck, a Chevy Duramax diesel right now, and tell me what that cost is going to be if you need that in your job. Maintaining the Obama level standards will price the middle class of America out of the new vehicle market. Now, I was thinking about an analogy, and I'll try this one. South Carolina is a right-to-work state. So we don't allow the union security agreements, okay? What if the Department of Labor was given a tremendous rulemaking and regulatory promulgation ability under a broad act like the Clean Air Act that gave the EPA these broad rulemaking abilities, and the Department of Labor said, you know what, we're going to reach out and we're going to grab South Carolina's right-to-work standard, and we're going to make that the standard for all the other states. Because that's what's happening now, is this California standard is becoming the standard for all the other states who are sovereign. We're a republic. There's federalism. The Congress has given a law so that we don't have one state dictating what other states have to do. But what if the Department of Labor said, we're going to make all the states adhere to right-to-work laws in South Carolina? I don't think the other states would like that. And so I'm sitting here listening to a lot of the argument on the other side that takes market forces out of the equation of what the consumers want, because I believe that the vehicle manufacturers, they're trying to see what the consumers want, and they're building the vehicles that they can sell. But we're from the government. We know best. We're going to tell you what you have to build, and we're going to force that on the American people, because that's what's happening, is that government is telling the automobile manufacturers what you have to build, regardless of what the consumer market wants, what you have to build and what you have to offer. We don't want the vehicles that they're selling in Europe. Small, tiny roads require small, tiny vehicles, and that's not appealing to the American consumer. I talked about federalism a while ago, and I'm going to ask Mr. Warren, Administrator Warren, how does cooperative federalism factor into the Clean Air Act?
Well, there's certain parts of the act where Congress said that's how we should implement it, split responsibility between us and the states and local governments. And importantly, there's certain parts of the act where Congress said, don't do that. And the motor vehicle emission standards are one of those places. There's general federal preemption in place. There is opportunity for a waiver for California, but that's under particular circumstances. And if those circumstances aren't met, then general federal preemption is in place.
Administrator King, real quickly, can you elaborate on how the California requirements create perverse disincentives on the national auto market, things I talked about, not just for choice and affordability, but safety as well? Real quick, got 20 seconds.
We want to make sure that the innovators are focusing not only on fuel economy, but on safety and other attributes that consumers value, and not only on that one dimension of fuel economy.
Thank you both for being here, and Madam Chair, I yield back.